Okay, this is my analysis on Euro GBP. Now I will start from the monthly chart. Okay, now if I'm to get my pivot point on this candlestick, okay, now this is the first candle that we use for my pivot on the monthly chart, because this bearish move started from this candlestick. So what I would have done here this month was to get the pivot of this bullish candlestick. Okay, I'll get the pivot of this bullish candlestick, which is so that is my pivot for that candlestick. And when I go down to the weekly, I will get my pivots on the weekly. Let me plot my vertical line so that I can be able to identify the candle to use on the weekly charts. This is how you know the candle that you have to use on the weekly. You go back to monthly and get your vertical line. Okay, then you plot it on the candle, which is this. So you have how many weeks in a month? That's 4 weeks in a month. So I'm going to count on the weekly 4 candlestick backward, okay, which is from this point 1 2 3 4. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So as you can see, I would be using this candlestick because this is the bullish candlestick where the monthly pivots horizontal line is lying on this candlestick. So I would be using this candlestick. Okay, it should have been 1 2 3 4, since we have 4 weeks in a month. But on these candlesticks, we don't have any bullish candlestick here where our monthly pivot point is lying on. So we will choose the candlestick next to this 4 candlestick. So this will be the candlestick. So what do? We get the pivot of that candlestick. Well, as you can see, my weekly and monthly pivot points. So after I calculated the pivots of this monthly and the weekly, and I'll go on daily to confirm when it broke both pivots, when the price broke both pivots on daily. So you can see where the price, this is the candle where the price broke the weekly and pivot, the weekly and the monthly pivot. So you take your sell trade, set your stop loss on pips above this point, which is 10 pips, and definitely you would have made your profits from that move. So you can see the market now retraced, went up. Okay, you can see the movement. And now let me the current analysis for the week. Now the market is trading below those pivot points, okay, and it went down, went up, and you can see what happened here. These lines that were plotted became a resistance point. Can you see when the market hits both pivots? You can see it tested the pivots, the weekly pivot and the monthly pivot, and retraced. So this place was acting as a resistance point. Now it has hit this resistance point and has retraced. So what do I do here now? For me to place a sell trade, this is what I would do. For me to place a sell trade, I would get the pivot of this candlestick, because if you go to, I think, the weekly, there is a zigzag below a candlestick, okay, at the low of this at the low of this candle. I believe there will be a zigzag on the weekly. You can confirm that FXCM is not on now, so you get there's a zigzag here. So now what do I do now? Since there's a zigzag here, this point is acting as a support. This point is acting as a support. Now it's two things. I'll wait for the market to trade below this support before I place my trade. If I'm patient, I'll wait for the market to break this support before I place my trade, but I am aggressive. I wouldn't wait for the market to break that support. So what do? I will get the pivot of this candlestick, the pivot of this candlestick. Okay, so let me do that. So let's look at the monthly. Now, like I said, I will be using this candlestick. I'll be getting the pivot of this candlestick, and I've gotten that, which is this 8739, the black horizontal line. So what do? I go back to the weekly chart. Now on the weekly chart, I need to count on four. That's four candlestick, which is four. This is for the past week one. This is for 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see where this vertical line is lying on. So that's the candlestick for that month, the first candlestick for that month. And as you can see, there was no bullish candlestick, so we have to make use of this candlestick, and that's where our pivots line is lying on, this candlestick, which is bullish. So we get the pivot point of that candlestick. So you can see my monthly and my weekly pivots using that candlestick. So all I need to do now, all I need to wait for is for the market to break this monthly, the past month pivot. If the market trades below this pivot, then I am selling this pair. I am selling this pair. Okay, so my first target to be at this point. Okay, that's the support here. That will be my first target. Okay, so I'll leave my take profit open, and if the market now breaks this point with a strong bearish candlestick, then I increase my take profits. I hope you understand my analysis. I hope you get it. Okay, if you have questions, drop it in the group.